Daniel 4:4-18 presents a striking contrast between earthly confidence and the sovereignty of God. Nebuchadnezzar begins the passage at ease, flourishing in his palace, satisfied with the greatness of his kingdom. Yet in the midst of outward peace, a troubling dream interrupts his security. The king who once believed himself untouchable is reminded that all earthly power is temporary and dependent upon heaven. The dream centers around a great tree planted in the midst of the earth. Its height reaches heaven, its branches provide shelter, and its fruit sustains many. The imagery reflects the vast reach of Nebuchadnezzar's empire. Under his rule, nations found provision, protection, and stability. Yet the tree's greatness becomes the very reason for its downfall. A heavenly watcher descends with a decree to cut the tree down, strip its branches, scatter its fruit, and leave only the stump bound with iron and bronze. The vision reveals that kingdoms built upon human glory cannot endure forever. No ruler possesses authority independently. All dominion is granted by God and remains subject to his purpose. Nebuchadnezzar's pride blinded him into believing that Babylon's splendor originated from his own wisdom and strength. The dream exposes the illusion of self-exaltation. Humanity often measures greatness through visible success, political dominance, wealth, and influence. Yet heaven measures according to truth and humility. The stump left in the earth is significant. Judgment is not portrayed as utter destruction, but as limitation and preservation. God humbles in order to restore. Even in discipline, there remains mercy. The binding of the stump indicates that the kingdom is restrained for a time rather than permanently abolished. The dream points to the certainty that God's purposes continue beyond human rebellion. The language of the tree being driven among the beasts and given the mind of an animal portrays the degrading nature of pride. When mankind exalts itself above God, it loses clarity concerning its true identity. Human glory apart from God eventually collapses into confusion and humiliation. Nebuchadnezzar's coming condition outwardly manifests the inward delusion already present in his heart. The watcher, descending from heaven, demonstrates that earthly affairs are not outside divine oversight. Kings may believe they govern autonomously, but heaven remains fully aware and fully active. The decree is described as a matter settled among the heavenly court, so that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. This statement forms the central theme of the chapter. History is not random, nor is authority ultimately vested in empires, governments, or military power. God alone governs the rise and fall of nations. From a covenantal perspective, the humbling of Babylon foreshadows the passing away of old world powers that exalt themselves against God's kingdom. Earthly systems continually present themselves as permanent and invincible, yet every kingdom of man ultimately gives way before the reign of Christ. What appears towering and immovable can be reduced to a stump overnight by divine decree. The dream also anticipates the transition from outward kingdom structures to the everlasting dominion established through Christ. Nebuchadnezzar's empire represented the glory of earthly rule, but its instability revealed the inadequacy of human kingdoms to bring lasting righteousness or peace. The kingdom of God does not advance through pride, coercion, or self-glorification, but through the authority of the Son who reigns forever. Nebuchadnezzar's fear after the dream shows that even the most powerful rulers cannot escape the witness of conscience. Humanity instinctively recognizes its accountability before God. Though the king sought interpretation from wise men, astrologers, and magicians, none could provide understanding. Human wisdom cannot fully discern spiritual truth apart from divine revelation. The passage ultimately calls the reader away from confidence in earthly strength and toward dependence upon God's rule. Every kingdom, institution, and human achievement remains temporary. The only unshakable kingdom is the one established by God himself. Nebuchadnezzar's dream stands as a warning against self-exaltation and as a testimony that heaven rules over the affairs of men.